You look hungry, bitch. I'm talking about how it's lit to be. You look bummy.
I was buying CDs, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I was buying CDs and posters and stuff. I used to go like to every like high school. When you get out of school, you already know Blue finna be there passing you some shit. You know what I'm saying? I was just doing shit like that and just grinding, man. I was doing a lot of shit that didn't mean nothing, like buying like little, you know what I'm saying, people that promise you this and that, like little block, like a lot of shit that really don't mean nothing these days that to young artists it mean a lot too. And I'm not saying don't do it, you know what I'm saying, because you do whatever in your budget at the time, you know what I'm
Right.
saying? But with the internet wasn't really big like that. Like you had like MySpace and stuff like that, but it wasn't huge as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
Damn, they making me sound old as hell, but it wasn't huge as it is right now.
You better stop.
So,
I'm older than you, okay? So don't make me feel old.
for real though, you know what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff, like I will say this, like I did whatever it takes. That's why I named my first album like was investments because that's all I was doing. I was just investing in my shit. Like I always believed it to myself. But it's like I never doubted that I was gonna make it. Like I never doubted that I was gonna make it. I just ain't know when. You feel me?
Right.
But I always knew I was gonna make it. And me, I'm the type of person I could be broke. As long as I spent that money on my dreams, you feel me? Then I won't feel bad.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? I spent it on some shit I really wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I ain't want to work forever. I was cleaning out goddamn pipes and shit, rapping pipes and shit. I ain't want to do that shit. You know what I'm saying?
So you mentioned that those people that were like, oh yeah, you're gonna be back here in another 3 months, like and then you said that they were in your DMs, but this interview was like 2018. Are those people still like trying to hit you up? And how do you respond to them now? Have you hit them back?
I mean, you gotta look at it like I always hit people back because I feel like you ain't know no better. You know what I'm saying? You really ain't know no better because I don't really blame people from my city because nobody really has. Like we had like Rich Boy and stuff like that. We had like artists, but it wasn't like just fathomable for people to just think of people just can blow up. Like I was like for the new generation, I was really one of the first one that just blew up to like on a national level. So it's like, hell yeah, you come from a city that nobody really never blew up, nobody really in the industry like that right now. It's just like, yeah, nigga, everybody around this bitch rapping. Ain't nobody making it. So it don't really.
What motivated you? What was it that really motivated you? You just said there's not a lot of artists that really blown up from where you're from. What was that motivation? I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go for it.
I wanted to change shit. Like I wanted to change stuff. You know what I'm saying? And I wanted to be a pioneer. Like everything I do, I try to be the first one to do it. You know what I'm saying? It give me a challenge. When I'm the first nigga that do it, you know what I'm saying? Like a lot of people don't know, like, I don't give a fuck what nobody say. Nah, nationally, you probably ain't recognize it, but, like, if you ask around here in the South, like, in the South region, like, I was the first nigga, like, really doing that shit like that pain, singing type flow that's popping right now everywhere. Like, I was the first nigga doing that shit, like, spitting pain lyrics. You would ask them, bro, like, anybody. I was the first part. My label ain't really believing that shit. Like, they ain't really believe it. Now that shit's so popular, bro. Like, everybody, you know what I'm saying? It's so popular in the game now, but I was trying to get them to understand it. They ain't really believing, like, that Southern pain, singing, emotional type music right then. You feel me? But if you look back, I was one of the first niggas doing it. You know what I'm saying? But, like I said, I ain't tripping, you know what I'm saying? I ain't tripping, but yeah, I was one of the first ones doing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Selling our shows when my songs wasn't even crunk. My shit was just vibe shit. I'm talking about lighters in the air type shit. Like it wasn't even crunk shit. It was like, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So
That's just dope that you stuck to being you. You didn't change up to follow what the wave was at the time, to sound like everybody else just because you wanted to get a hit record. You was like, nah, this is my lane, this is my sound, I'm gonna stick to it, I'm gonna do what it do. And what, like you said, you just didn't know when it was the moment you were gonna blow up. You was just taking that ride and you believed in yourself. And I think that is the number one thing. You got to believe in yourself, because if you don't believe in yourself, nobody else will. He was already selling out shows. You was doing your thing. You was getting recognized. You have that hustler mentality. You was reaching out, doing what you had to do.
Man, one thing about it, they hate when you believe in yourself. If guarantee, I done been on the phone since I've been at this deal. I done been on the phone with so many major record labels, and once they see how much I know, they don't even call me back. Yeah. I know too much. You know what I'm saying? I know too much. They don't want to get in a situation where people know too much, with artists that know too much. Like, you know too much. Like, you know about you know what I'm saying, what type of deal you supposed to have. They don't want you to be too much on their ass. You don't supposed to really know what all they supposed to do, what they required to do. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You don't supposed to know all that. I ain't not saying you don't supposed to know, but majority of them, they kind of want you to be. They like when you lit and stupid. I ain't gonna lie, that's just the harsh truth.
That part.
They like when you lit and stupid and really don't pay attention to much. You know what I'm saying? You probably be smoked out, drugged out, whatever your choice, and you ain't really tuned into your shit. Don't even know what your contract look like. Don't know they requirement. Cause when I used to hit their ass with it, when I used to be on text message with their ass, I used to be like, "Oh, can y'all do this?" And they be like, and they'll like not respond, and I send their ass the paragraph in the contract. Like, I screenshot the contract and send their ass, like, they were like, "Oh, we spent this. I'm be like, okay, well, in the contract right here, it said it's supposed to be mutually agreed. So how y'all spend that shit? How y'all spend something on something and it wasn't mutually agreed with my team? You
right.
feel me?
Like,
they ain't like that shit.
Wow, because they want to have that control over you. Once they lose that control, it's kind of like, oh shit, right?
They used to always be like, let me talk to your you need to start letting your manager and stuff communicate with us. You know, just let your manager. Fuck no, I'm communicating with y'all at. You feel me? Like, I don't need my manager to do it. I'm doing it. I know.
Right.
Yeah.
Then it's gonna have to go from the manager back to you anyway, from you back to the manager, back to the label. Like, what sense does that make? If you
don't lie, my manager on my side. Whatever situation we get in, my manager on my side. So y'all, they be thinking they could confuse your manager, make it, man, Blue going through this. Nah, nigga, if I say, you know what I'm saying, it's a no, it's gonna be a no from him too. You feel me? Because I'm probably not already talked to him about it before. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, that's true. So speaking of managers, a lot of artists, I mean, they've reached out to me before too, like, yo, you're in the industry, can you manage me? You seem like you know what you're doing. At what point do you think it's important for an artist to have a manager?
When you got something to manage.
But a lot of artists don't know what that means. Like, they don't know, like, okay, you know, I'm doing shows.
When you start making money, that's put it simple. When you start making money.
Okay. Well, artists.
I say until then, you know what I'm saying. I wouldn't say you don't need a manager. I say our artists need a manager ASAP. You know what I'm saying. But it got to be a manager that, because you can call anybody your manager. You know what I'm saying. Just because a motherfucker in the game or whatever, that don't mean they don't manage it. So it's like, you got to have somebody that really know what they doing. And a lot of people think management is like getting you situations. Nah, being a manager ain't necessarily getting you situations. It's the situation you do have, keeping them organized and stuff. And people need organization, because if you're an artist, you need to be in the studio. Your mind need to be focused. You don't need to be focused on the business. You know what I'm saying? You focus on the business, but you don't need to be focused on. If you go in the studio, you don't need to be focused on, damn, well, who made the beat? But damn, we need to get his split sheets, and like, you don't need to be. You need to be focused on being a creative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's why people need managers. You know what I'm saying? Because
you
can't do everything.
Absolutely. No, I agree with that. And down to little things like, you know, the studio is like, nah, you can't smoke in here, and the artist is stressing because they need to smoke to get in their zone, and you know, they worrying about that and this, but nah, like, the manager needs to handle those little things. It goes all the way down to the minuscule things that a lot of people don't even realize, like even ordering food, right? When you're in the studio, like, the artist should have to worry about like being hungry. The manager handles that.
Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
so many little things. But I want to go back to earlier. You were talking about you were selling out shows in the beginning of your career.
I'm
What
still doing that, yeah, but yeah.
what was that?
What you say?
I said you were talking about how you were selling out shows in the beginning of your career. What was your first show experience like?
Man, I'm hungry. Fuck, I ain't gonna lie. I'm at my
Eat
restaurant eating,
show food, but
goddamn.
I ain't mad at it. Okay. What are you eating anyway? Some chicken
I
wings?
mean, I'm eating some soul food at my restaurant. This shit good.
Ooh.
This shit good as hell, man.
Out of your restaurant, you said?
Yeah, I'm at my restaurant right now.
Talk to us about that. I didn't even see that. What restaurant? What's the name of
It's
it?
called it's called Gwen's house. It's soul
Okay,
food.
that's the restaurant that you opened for your best friend's mother.
Yeah, I'm the
That's so,
best. Yeah.
what
Hmm.
food y'all got? Put it on for those that didn't know.
Man, I'm in the back. Like I go through the back end.
So what's the best thing on the menu there?
Uh, everything really good. Like it got a real soul. Let me show you. It got real like soul food on this bit. I got some greens and shit. We got
I
candy yam,
don't
chicken. I'm eating chicken right now. You
don't
got the gum.
do that
I
to me.
got the combo. Huh?
I said don't do that to me.
For
That's
real though.
good.
It's too good too.
Wow.
But yeah, like I ain't gonna lie. My first show I did was for $250, and I had to do. Oh damn, I gotta stay up there. Yeah, my first show I did for $250. And yeah, we go ahead to studio for $250 at a club called the Honey Bar. And goddamn, these motherfuckers ain't even want to give me the back end. The back end wasn't nothing but $100. I had goddamn we in that bit about to fight over $100.
You're like, I'm good. So what happened with $100? Did you end up getting it, or did you fight for it, or you're just like, screw it?
Nah,
Like,
I
what?
ain't
$100?
I ain't no getting. I had to pay a damn light bill that night. Shit, I needed that shit.
Right.
I ain't gonna lie. So I went up. Like I just started going up. Like each show I did, like I was just, I started out like in the South. There's some shit called the chilling circuit. So the chilling circuit is like all the country towns and stuff, like the back roads and shit. So every artist, when you blowing up organically, that's what you gonna start hitting. You gonna start hitting them country towns. You gonna, you know what I'm saying, 3,000, 3,500, 5,000. Like they just gonna, you know what I'm saying. And then you start getting a little bigger. You move from that to the bigger cities. You know what I'm saying. You probably start at about 10, 15. You know what I'm saying, stuff like that. So it's just a process. Like you gotta, if you don't go through all them channels, you just go straight from sitting at your house trying to upload music to goddamn the top of the fucking world. I wouldn't prefer that. You know what I'm saying? Some people, if you love music, you know what I'm saying, you won't prefer that because I be really wanting to touch my fans.
Mm-hmm.
Like I done had shows I done came and they ain't even have my back end and I still perform just for the fans and shit. Like I done had but you only could be able to do that when your business straight and your pocket straight. You feel me? Like if you're an artist where that's all you living off is shows, you ain't gonna do that for the fans. You know what I'm saying? You don't really know none of your other business. You don't really know where your other money coming from. So it's like, shit, all you eating off is shows. So hell nah, nigga ain't got your back end. Like I ain't gonna say I just do that all the time, but it have been instances where you know what I'm saying, I did that because I was like, man, shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I just always
Yeah,
been
you
that
never.
type of artist. I really care about my fans and shit like that.
Nah, that's still. When's the last time you did a show that was free?
That was free. My goddamn, probably like 28, probably like 2018. That was free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which
Now, I done did some stuff like for the radio stations and stuff that was free. You know what I'm saying?
okay, showing radio station. I love that. I love to hear that.
Oh yeah, I always show love to the radio station. Yeah.
Nah.
So, yeah.
So are you gonna continue with investments? You gonna keep it going?
Nah, I ended it off at 6.
You're
I
not going
got some new.
7?
Nah, I ain't gonna drop 7. I'm gonna take the Bleu Vandross series and Cause each one of these I drop, they be going crazy. So I'm gonna take this one about like 5, and then I'm gonna switch it up. Like I'm gonna switch it up again.
Okay.
I just want to keep like
Okay.
investments really like investment series really like a classic in the street. So I want to keep it as that. Like I don't want to, you know what I'm saying, water it down. I don't want to go too much. Cause you know when people think of your shit like that, it's like your first shit gonna always be your hardest shit to the people that was tuned in from you from the beginning. Cause it's when they first heard you, when they first fell in love with you. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I can never, no matter how many investments I drop, niggas gonna always say, boy, that investment 3, that investment 4, that investment 5, boy, that was that nigga best shit of them investments. Fuck all them other investments. You know what I'm saying? Cause it's
That's
like
hard as fuck. That's
you
smart.
feel me?
I like thinking. I really
Yeah.
do. That's smart. So the last project you put out was Since We Inside. Is that about a specific person?
Oh no. That was just shit I just felt like people was going through while they was stuck in the house. It was just look like a little quick little EP that I just put out just to go for the moment of time right at that time that I feel like people was, you know what I'm saying, wanted them type of vibes right there.
And a lot of artists would say, oh, you know, during a a pandemic, a quarantine, everything shut down, oh, it's not a good time to put it out. And then artists are saying, oh, it's a perfect time to put it out because there's so many people inside just listening to music, even though they're not in their car, writing to music. How did you specifically feel about that moment?
I feel like it's people, I don't care what's going on in the world. It could be our last day or doomsday in the world. People never gonna stop listening to music. They gonna listen to music to the comet hit the world and goddamn blow this bitch up. The nigga never gonna stop listening to music.
Music still
just,
in the background.
Real talk. If the world end right now, some people gonna die to Tupac. You know what I'm saying? Some people gonna die to their favorite artist just because music rule the world. Nobody never gonna stop listening to music. So you can't say that it's a bad time to drop music. Everything in life is influenced by music. Everything in life is driven by music.
Facts.
Music create memories. Music, it's songs you can listen to that bring you back to a time and place in your life. It's like you never like music forever. So that was stupid. But anyway.
What would you say is one song that mentally takes you back to a time and a place or a moment that you were dealing with, whether it's your record or somebody else's?
A lot of like 90s R&B take me just back to like just being young, like a lot of like Lauryn Hill stuff, like, you know what I'm saying? I just remember cleaning up, get my ass whooped for not cleaning up on Sunday while my mama playing that shit, you know what I'm saying? Oh, you better watch out. You feel me? Shit like that. Like that shit just bring you back, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. Nah, for real.
Like,
that's
fact.
Vibe,
like you know what I'm saying? Like what's it like? Just all the old like R&B and shit like that. Really old music, pop. Like I'm a big pop fan, so like pop music take me back and stuff like that. So music forever, man.
Show. All right, well listen, we're gonna get into a little game. We're gonna play a little question game. You there? Breaking up a little bit. What'd you say? You in the country right now. You going through the back roads.
Right now for and you ain't supposed to do it, but you probably gonna have to say. Just gonna hurry up. Hold on. Just gonna hurry up. We were supposed to do that. Hold on, I'm going back towards the other way.
Okay.
Yeah, you hear me?
Your restaurant open.
Now my phone was losing signal.
You good? I can hear you a little better now. Somebody wants to know if your restaurant's back open. Like people, like customers can come in.
I ain't even gonna lie. Like I kind of leave it up to my GM them to to try to drive the customers in and stuff like that. We, we had to bounce back with all this COVID